What happens when a firefighter confronts President Trump at a fire station event, calling out delayed funding that's putting lives at risk? President Trump stepped out of his motorcade, surrounded by Secret Service agents, ready to make a surprise visit to a small-town fire station in the heart of America. The station had been chosen for its long history of service, a perfect backdrop for Trump to show his support for first responders. Fire trucks were lined up outside, their red paint gleaming under the midday sun, as a small crowd of firefighters, local residents, and media gathered to welcome the president. Trump, with his trademark confidence, waved to the crowd, his voice booming as he called out, "These are the real heroes, folks. The best, believe me." The firefighters clapped politely, but there was a quiet tension among them, a sense that this visit might not go as smoothly as planned. Trump began working his way down the line of firefighters, shaking hands, offering quick words of praise. "You're doing a fantastic job, fantastic. We love our firefighters." The media snapped photos, capturing every moment while the locals cheered, some holding up signs that read, "Support our heroes." Among the firefighters stood Kael Draven, a seasoned member of the crew, known for his dedication, but also his frustration with the station's struggles. Kael had been with the department for years, and he'd seen firsthand how their outdated equipment had slowed them down during emergencies. As Trump approached, Kael gripped his hand firmly, looked him in the eye, and decided this was his moment. "Mr. President," Kael said, his voice steady but loud enough for the crowd to hear, "we've been waiting for federal funding to update our station. New equipment, renovations, the works. But nothing's come through since you took office. Why the delay?" The crowd fell silent, the media perking up, sensing a story. Trump paused, still holding Kael's hand, his smile not fading, but his eyes narrowing slightly. "Funding, huh?" Trump said, his tone light but firm. "We're doing more for firefighters than ever before, I can tell you that. More than any other administration, believe me." Kael didn't back down, his grip on Trump's hand tightening just enough to make a point. "With all due respect, sir, we were promised funds to replace our old gear. Our trucks are breaking down. Our radios fail during calls. We've had close calls because of this. Lives are at risk." The crowd murmured, a few firefighters nodding in agreement, while some locals whispered to each other, waiting for Trump's response. Trump let go of Kael's hand, stepping back slightly, his expression shifting to one of determination. "Look, I hear you, I do, and we're going to get it done, okay? I'll make sure of it. We'll get you the best equipment, the best. Nobody supports our firefighters more than me." But Kael wasn't satisfied with the promise. He'd heard promises before. "Sir, we've been hearing that for months, since you took office, but we're still waiting. Can you give us something concrete, a timeline, a plan, anything?" The crowd's murmurs grew louder, the media now scribbling notes furiously. This was no longer just a photo op. Trump raised a hand, gesturing to the crowd to quiet down, his voice taking on that commanding tone he often used in rallies. "Let me tell you something, Kael, is it? Great name, by the way, strong name, I like it. Here's the deal. We've got a lot of things in motion, a lot of big things. The economy's roaring, best it's ever been, and we're going to make sure our firefighters get what they need, I promise you that." Kael crossed his arms, his tone respectful but firm. "Mr. President, with all due respect, promises don't fix broken radios. Promises don't get us to a fire faster. We need action. Our community depends on us. What's holding things up?" The crowd was fully engaged now, some firefighters clapping in support of Kael, while others waited to see how Trump would handle the challenge. Trump turned to the crowd, his voice rising. "This guy's tough, isn't he? I like that, I like tough, but let me tell you, we're not just talking, we've got billions going into communities, into stations like this. But you got bureaucrats, the swamp, they slow things down, not me. I'm pushing, I'm fighting for you." Another firefighter, a woman named Lysara Voon, stepped forward, emboldened by Kael's question. "Sir, if I may, we've been told the funds are tied up in some kind of review process, but we can't wait. We had a call last month where our ladder truck wouldn't start. We had to borrow one from another station. That's not right." The crowd reacted with a few gasps, the locals clearly unaware of how dire the situation had become. Trump turned to Lysara, pointing at her with a nod. "That's a disgrace, a total disgrace, and I'm going to fix it. I'll call my people. We'll get this straightened out. You have my word. You shouldn't have to borrow anything. You're heroes." Kael jumped back in, his voice rising slightly. "But, sir, why is there even a review process for something this urgent? Shouldn't fire stations be a priority? Shouldn't we get what we need without jumping through hoops?" Trump turned back to Kael, his tone now a mix of frustration and determination. "Look, I agree. It should be simple. It should be fast. But you've got people in Washington. They love their red tape. They love their hoops. I'm trying to cut through that. I'm the best at cutting through that. Nobody cuts through red tape like me, I can tell you that." Lysara spoke up again, her voice steady. "Mr. President, we appreciate the effort. But while you're cutting through red tape, we're losing time, we're losing safety. Can you at least give us a direct contact, someone we can call to push this forward?" The crowd clapped, clearly supportive of Lysara's practical suggestion. Trump nodded, pointing at her again. "Smart, very smart, I like that. Yes, you'll get a contact. I'll have my team reach out. You'll hear from us, I promise. We're going to make this right. You'll see." Kael wasn't done. He stepped closer, his voice firm but not aggressive. "Sir, we've heard from your team before. They tell us to wait. They tell us it's coming. But we're still here with the same old gear, the same old problems. What makes this time different?" The crowd was hanging on every word now, the tension palpable as they waited for Trump's response. Trump raised both hands, gesturing to the crowd, his voice booming. "What makes it different? I'll tell you what, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm seeing it with my own eyes. I don't like excuses. I don't like delays. I'm going to make some calls. I'm going to get this done. You have my word, and my word is gold, believe me." A local resident, an older man named Torvin Jael, called out from the crowd, "Mr. President, we trust you, but we've been burned before. Can you guarantee we'll see the money soon?" Trump turned to Torvin, his tone confident. "Guarantee? I don't like to guarantee anything until it's done. But I'll tell you this, I'm on it. I'm all over it. You'll see results. You'll be thanking me, I promise you that." The crowd had mixed reactions, some clapping for Trump's enthusiasm, others whispering skeptically to each other, wondering if this was just another empty promise. Kael spoke again, his voice softer but still determined. "Mr. President, I hope you're right. I really do, because the next time we get a call, I don't want to worry if our equipment will hold up. I just want to save lives." Trump nodded, his expression serious for a moment. "I hear you, Kael. I hear you, and I'm going to make sure you don't have to worry. You're going to have the best, the absolute best. We're going to take care of our firefighters." Lysara added, "Sir, if you're serious, can you at least tell us who's in charge of this review process so we know who to hold accountable?" Trump turned to her, his voice firm. "I'll find out. I'll get you a name. I don't like this review nonsense either. I'm going to shake things up. You'll see. We're going to get this moving." The crowd clapped again, some firefighters nodding, while others remained skeptical, their expressions unreadable. Kael took a step back, his point made, but he added one last thing. "We'll hold you to that, sir. We're counting on you." Trump gave him a nod. "And I won't let you down, Kael. You'll see. You'll all see." Trump continued down the line, shaking hands with the remaining firefighters, his voice booming again. "These are the best people. The best. We're going to take care of them. Believe me." The media kept snapping photos, the crowd buzzing with conversation as Trump finished the line. As Trump reached the end, he turned to the crowd one last time, waving, "We're going to make this station great, better than ever, you'll see." He then walked back to his motorcade, surrounded by his Secret Service team, and climbed into the vehicle. The firefighters watched as the cars pulled away, some of them talking among themselves, Kael and Lysara exchanging a few words about whether they believed Trump's promises. The crowd slowly dispersed, the media rushing to file their stories, but the question lingered, would the funding finally come through, or was this just another day at the fire station? If this moment got you thinking about the challenges our firefighters face, don't forget to subscribe for more real-life stories that challenge and inspire us to support our heroes, and let us know in the comments. Do you think Trump will keep his promise, or will the firefighters be left waiting again?